Hello everyone! In this video, we'll go over the Vocabulary Workshop Level Green Unit 7 words. You can follow along at home using your book. Let's get started! Our first word is accuse. Accuse is a verb. It's an action that you do, and it means to say that someone or something has done wrong, or to give blame to someone. So when you accuse someone, you are saying that they did something wrong. Let's look at the example. It says, "Please don't accuse me of being lazy." So this sentence is saying, don't blame me, don't tell me that I am lazy because I'm not lazy. One synonym is tattle, and antonyms are praise and absolve. If you look over at this picture over here, you can see there are two kids, the boy and the girl, and both of them are pointing to each other. So they are accusing each other of breaking this vase here. When you accuse someone of doing something wrong, it doesn't mean that they really did something wrong, but you think that they did it. So you have to prove that they really did do something wrong. Maybe there is some evidence that you can show to prove that that person really did the thing that you said. Did anyone ever accuse you of doing something even though you didn't do it? Our next word is clever. Clever is an adjective, and it means having or showing a quick mind, bright or smart. So of course, when someone is clever, it means that they are smart or they can think very quickly. They can come up with a good idea faster than other people. For example, the clever student answered every question correctly. Maybe in your classroom, there are some students that are very clever, so they quickly raise their hands and they know the answers to many questions. You can describe these students using this word, clever. Some synonyms include skillful, cunning, sharp, and intelligent. Antonyms are dull, dumb, unintelligent, stupid, and slow. If you look over here in this picture, you can see this is the story of the gingerbread man. In the story, there is a crocodile that tricked the gingerbread man into standing on the tip of his nose so that he could eat the gingerbread man. So I can say, the clever crocodile tricked the gingerbread man. Or you can see here in this video, the cat is opening the door by himself. So I can say, the clever cat learned how to open the door. You can use this word clever to describe any person or animal or even a thing that is smart. Our next word is coast. Coast has two different meanings. First, we can use it as a noun, and it means the land near the sea or ocean. For example, California is on the Pacific coast of the United States. If you look at this picture here, of course the blue is the Pacific Ocean, and this green area is California. As you can see here, California is touching the water on this side, so we can say it is on the coast. It's near the sea. Anywhere where the land is near the sea like this, we can call that a coast. Some synonyms are seashore, seaside, waterfront, and beach. And there are no antonyms for this word. We can also use coast as a verb. It does have a different meaning. You can use it to say, to move along without any power or effort. So you are moving very easily. It does not take a lot of effort or power to move. It also means to slide down a slope. So if you look at this picture here, the woman is on a bike and the bike is going down a hill. So she doesn't need to work very hard. She doesn't need to use power. She doesn't need to use effort. She can very easily go down the hill. So I can say she is coasting down the hill on her bike. The sample sentence says, our sleds will coast down the hill. You can see in this picture here, the children are on a sled going down the hill, and they don't need to push the sled. It just goes down by itself. So we can say it is coasting. We can also use this word when a car is driving on the highway. We only use it on the highway because usually you can drive on the highway for a long time without stopping. So in that case, we can say the car is coasting along the coast. You can see the other coast here, the seashore. So we can use this word 2 times in the same sentence actually with different meanings. I can also use it to describe something like a sailboat that doesn't use a lot of power to move because the wind is pushing the sailboat. So I can say the sailboat is coasting in the ocean. Some synonyms are glide and ride, and there are no antonyms for this word. Our next word is delicate. Delicate is an adjective and it means easily broken or damaged, requiring care or skill. When something is delicate, it means you can break it very easily, so you need to be careful with this item that is delicate. The sample sentence says, do not touch that delicate teacup, please. Here you can see that there is a teacup. This teacup is made out of ceramics. It's a kind of glass made from clay. So if you drop this teacup, it will break. It's very delicate. So you need to be careful when touching or using delicate things. We often use this word when we're talking about anything that is made out of glass because if you drop it, it will break. The same is true with ceramics, so things made from clay, like bowls or cups or vases. And we can also use delicate to describe our electronics. Think about your phone or your computer. If you drop it, it can be easily broken, so we can say it is delicate. Of course, the same is true about artwork, like famous artworks that were made hundreds of years ago. They are very delicate, so people are not allowed to touch them when they visit museums. Musical instruments are also delicate sometimes, like guitars or violins. If you drop them or throw them anywhere, they might be broken. And furniture can also be delicate, not all furniture, but if you're not careful with some things, they might be broken as well. Lastly, beauty products like lipstick or eyeshadow, if you drop them, they will easily break, so they are delicate. Some synonyms are dainty, fragile, weak, and frail. Antonyms are sturdy, hard, coarse, or rough. And we can also use this word delicate to describe people, not just items. Anyone who easily cries or easily becomes angry if you say something that they don't like, we can say they are delicate, or sometimes we also use the word sensitive. Do you have any things in your house that are delicate and you shouldn't touch? Our next word is explore. Explore is a verb and it means to travel, to discover, or to look into or study something. For example, I would like to explore the new neighborhood. In this sentence, we can use explore to mean discover or learn about. Maybe in your city there is a new neighborhood, so you want to explore this neighborhood. You want to look around and see what things there are in this neighborhood. For traveling, we can also use the word explore when you go to some new place. Usually explore is talking about an amazing adventure like walking through a forest or going on a hike through a tall mountain. And we can also use explore when we're talking about looking carefully at something or studying something. For example, if you go to a new library, maybe you can explore the library. You can look around and see what kinds of books they have. So that's also the way that we can use the word explore. Some synonyms are examine, investigate, analyze, search, and research. And there are no antonyms for this word. Our next word is imitate. Imitate is a verb and it means to copy someone's movements or expressions, to appear like something else. So when you are imitating someone, you are trying to look like them. For example, you can see this man is imitating the same face as the person on the magazine. The sample sentence says, I love to imitate the actor's funny face. So here you can see he's copying, he's doing the same face as that actor. Some synonyms are mimic, resemble, repeat, or reproduce. And there are no antonyms for this word. This octopus here is actually called a mimic octopus. And you can see at first it looks like an octopus and then it changes into a kind of fish called a flatfish. So this octopus imitates the flatfish. It changes the way it looks, it changes how it appears so that it looks like something else. And here you can see this cute baby is imitating his dad. His dad is trying to show his strong muscles, and the baby tries to imitate. It's trying to do the same thing. Do you enjoy imitating others? Our next word is pierce. Pierce is a verb, and it means to make a hole or opening, to run into or through something, as with a pointed tool or weapon. So when you pierce something, you are just making a hole inside of something. The example says, use scissors to pierce the plastic wrap. Whenever you get a package delivered to your house, how do you pierce the package? Do you use scissors or do you use a knife? Some synonyms are stab, perforate, enter, and penetrate. There are no antonyms for this word. So with pierce, think about if there is a balloon and something pierces the balloon, then the balloon will pop. The same is true with your pencil. Sometimes if you push too hard into your paper when you're writing, then the tip of your pencil can pierce the paper. It can make a hole in the paper. And usually girls, if they want to wear some earring, then they have to pierce their ear. They actually have to use a sharp needle to make a hole in the ear. That way they can wear an earring. What do you think about piercing your ears? Would you ever do it? Our next word is rare. Rare is an adjective and it means not often found, seen, or happening. Unusually valuable or good, and not fully cooked. So there's 3 different ways that we can use this word. The sample sentence says, it is rare for a pitcher to hit many home runs. In the game of baseball, there's usually one player that is the pitcher. Their job is to throw the ball when the other team has to hit. However, when it's his team's turn to hit, he also needs to hit the ball. And usually, since the pitcher's job is only to throw the ball, they're not very good at hitting the ball. That's what this sentence is saying, and that's why it's rare. We can also talk about rare things that you don't normally see, like a double rainbow. In this picture, you can see there's one bright rainbow here, and then there's another one here. This is called a double rainbow. It's a little bit rare, so people don't often see it. And we can use the word rare to talk about something that is not fully cooked. If you look at this picture of the steak, the one all the way at the bottom is rare. It is not completely cooked yet. It's still a little bit red or pink on the inside. compared to this one here that is fully cooked. So we call it well done. How do you like to eat your meat? Do you prefer it rare or do you prefer it well done? And we can also use rare to talk about anything that is unusually valuable. It means it costs a lot of money because you can't find it often. For example, we can talk about diamonds or other stones that are rare. Some synonyms are infrequently, unusual, and uncommon. Antonyms are frequent, ordinary, usual, common, or normal. Our next word is symbol. Symbol is a noun, and a symbol is something that stands for something else. This sentence is a little bit confusing, but let's look at this picture here. Have you ever seen this symbol before? This is a symbol that tells us it's a hospital. So when you see this symbol, when you see this something, you know that it stands for something else. You know that it means hospital whenever you see the sign. The same is true for this picture of the woman and the man. I know that you've seen this symbol many times because this symbol means there is a bathroom. So in this definition, something that stands for something else means this is not just a picture of a girl and a boy. This is a picture that shows us there is a bathroom. A symbol can also be a written sign that is used to represent an operation or calculation. This definition is also a little bit difficult, but it just means math, basically. In math, we use symbols like the ones over here. You can see this plus sign here when you want to add numbers together, like 1 plus 1 is 2. Or here's the minus symbol when you want to subtract numbers, like 4 minus 2 is 2. We also have the multiplication symbol, division symbol. There's two different ways you can do it, like this or like this. And the equals symbol that we use to show something is equal. So those are the two different ways that you can use this word symbol. Let's look at the sample. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of freedom. Maybe you've heard of the Statue of Liberty in the USA before. When people think about this statue, they think about freedom. So I can say it's a symbol of freedom. It makes people think about something different. They don't only think it's just a statue. They think this statue means freedom. Some synonyms are mark, note, token, and emblem. And there are no antonyms for this word. Our last word is triumph, and we can use this word in two ways. First, you can use it as a noun. It means an important success or win, a feeling of happiness that comes from winning. The sample says, winning the battle was a triumph for them. It was a win, something that feels like you won or like you succeeded. You can use the word triumph. We often use this word when we're talking about sports. When there is a team that wins, they feel triumph. Or you can even use it to talk about yourself when you have something that you feel like you won or you succeeded. For example, I can say, when I finish my homework, I feel personal triumph. Personal is talking about yourself, and triumph is talking about winning or succeeding. So you feel like you did something good, like you won, when you complete all of your homework. Here's another example. I can say, the woman smiled in triumph when she won the race, or when she crossed the finish line. So triumph can be something that you feel when you won or when you did something good. Some synonyms are victory and achievement. Antonyms are loss and defeat. We can also use the word triumph as a verb. So this time it means to succeed, but you're talking about the action of doing it. For example, the basketball team will triumph in the end. It means they will win. It's the action that they are doing. Most of the time we use this word in the past tense by adding ed to it. For example, people will say they triumphed over, triumphed in, or triumphed against something. Think about many fairy tales. In fairy tales, there are the people who are good and there are the people who are evil, such as Cinderella is good and Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters are evil. They're not good. So I can say in Cinderella, good triumphed against evil. It means good won. The people who were good in the story won. The people who were evil lost. They triumphed against evil. I can also say triumphed in when I'm talking about winning something like a spelling bee. I can say the girl triumphed in the spelling bee. We also used in here to talk about the game. And another good way to use it is by saying triumphed over. For example, if you have something that you're scared of, but you do it anyway, I can say, I triumphed over my fear. In this picture, maybe the girl triumphed over her fear of going to the dentist. She was scared of it, but she did it anyway. She succeeded, or she won over this fear. Some synonyms are overcome and conquer. There are no antonyms for this word. Is there anything that you've ever triumphed over? And that's all for this video. We went over the Vocabulary Workshop Level Green Unit 7 words. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye!